I'm Nicole King, and this is Marbella Now.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
My first guest this week is Marie Noel of MN Comunicación. It's a PR marketing agency, and as the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit on the 24th of November this year is going to concentrate on the art of communication, it's very appropriate that Marie Noel joins us once again, because we all want to get our message out and we all want to be heard, but sometimes we also have to listen and pass on other people's messages. We are #BetterTogether. Delighted to welcome Marie Noel to the program once again, because you've got a lot of exciting things going on, including the Club Med, the wonderful hotel that used to be the Don Miguel that's now been completely transformed, is going to be opening its doors to us locals. And Marie Noel's going to tell us more. Marie Noel, so happy to see you again.
Thanks for having me again, Nicole.
And my pleasure. I like to keep updated with you because you really do have a good pulse on what's going on in our city.
Well, I try.
No, and you succeed. I think we can all accept and admit that you succeed. Thank you very much for the invitation to the Club Med inauguration. Very, very well put together. I mean, your press packages and the way that when it was my turn to interview one of the directors, and your person came over and had a picture of me, my program, everything's, it's a lot of work to put together a proper communications package.
Yeah, and certainly for this type of projects, it's more complicated, and it requires more time of preparation. But we were really very happy to do this, and now in September we have the official and international inauguration, where of course we will have the local press. You are most more than welcome. But they are coming also from worldwide. They are coming from different countries in the world, different journalists and medias and collaborators of the Club Med. So they are attending this inauguration, this official inauguration, hopefully with the ambassador of France and as well of the president of the Junta de Andalucía. I wish we have them.
Fingers crossed. I mean, obviously things do come up, but I'm sure if they can be there, they will. I think the press get a very good feedback about how things are going to be by the way they get treated when we go to these places.
Well, certainly the job must be done before the event. So you have to inform and to prepare the media what's going on. You have to tell them, listen, this is the program. These are the times, all the timetable of the program. These will be your actions, your time, and of course, if you are interested in an interview, this will be your time and your place to be. If you don't do all this in advance, it's not worth it, because after that, it's a mess.
Exactly. Once on the day when it's happening, there's just too much going on.
Everything must be prepared in advance. And in the case of Club Med, we have to agree with every media, because we have more than 8 interviews with 4 different people, to agree the questions before, because they need to think about this, and they ask also the profile of the media, all the coverage, all the issues in a case of a magazine, where they are distributed, all the file about the media, who is the journalist asking the interviews, and what are the questions. So you can imagine it was a lot of job before, because we cannot wait and listen, here you are and these are the questions. Not in a client like Club Med. So we are supposed to do the same thing in other big companies, but unfortunately they don't.
Actually, it's an interesting thing, and I think something that you and I are very aware of, is how many businesses invest heavily in the location, in the decoration, and then they seem to do themselves a disservice by not getting the right qualified staff and not doing the promotion. Yeah, and without those 2 final bits, it's like you're wasting your money.
It's unbelievable, really. I cannot understand this in here, principally in Marbella. because we have big companies, but they don't want to pay a good communication. So when you don't invest in communication, in promotion, and maybe the difference with a bad one can be very small, you don't understand, because mainly here, and I see in many companies and other institutions, they only invite, for instance, the Spanish media. But what about the other ones?
Yeah, there's 146 other nationalities in this city.
Yeah, and we have many magazines in English, in German, newspapers, Swedish, Norwegian, Danish,
Russian,
German, Russian,
you name it.
French now. So what about those communities? They don't receive the information in their language, because many of them don't speak any Spanish. So when you organize a press conference or you organize a campaign, you have to consider all these. That's why in my agency we are so taking care of all these, because we want to be international and we know really what's going on in Marbella and how it works. And in Marbella we have a lot of communities, different communities. They speak their own language and they want to be communicated in their language.
And it's because they live in their own worlds too.
Yeah.
In the sense that they have their own, I always say the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, but they have their own electricians, their own shops. It's a completely separate world. So unless you communicate to them, they're not going to come looking.
Yeah, that's the point. So I'm afraid that in Marbella they have to think more about a better communication, all the big companies. Because if not, they won't succeed, or they won't get what they hope to have in return. And so the investment is so small considering the return of your communication.
Plus what they've already spent in setting the place up. It's like...
So listen, for instance, I don't want to mention, but we didn't know, I spoke with a lot of people that I know, we didn't know that we had a Zubin Mehta concert in Marbella. I saw it, I saw this after it took place. And I say, what a pity. If I knew, I would go.
Yes, me too.
And a lot of people, what's happening that we don't have a global circuit of information, of communication. I don't know why we couldn't set up a unique and global canal.
I kind of think from the United Nationalities Summits, I do actually know why we can't. Because everybody wants it to come to themselves. So for example, when I do the United Nationalities event, I want people to connect. And then I might not hear about them afterwards. I just know I've put them together, similar interests, similar benefits, so that they can then go forth and multiply. But when we've tried to set up this central point, even if it's just with the town hall, everybody wants people to come to them. And you see this when we've had tragedies happen. So in the sense that you've had maybe a child commit suicide, or you've got some kind of tragedy, people then are getting on board, but for their own self-promotion. So it's like they're missing the point, which I'm thinking, well, maybe the town hall is that central focus, because it's not in competition directly with anybody else, because otherwise, oh no, I want them to come to my website. No, I want them to come to my website. Everybody's looking to self-promote, which makes it very difficult to then do things for the communal good.
Of course, we have to think in a common benefit. I defend that, of course, you can work and you have to work for yourself and your interest. But in cultural events or in promotion or in charity events or whatever, it's really interesting to know what's going on in Marbella. And we don't have this channel. So I don't know how we can improve it. For instance, when I have an event, I always check, listen, what's going on the same day, because maybe it can't be worse for my event if I have it at the same day that another one that could be more interesting for the people. I don't know. So I always check if there is something else. And sometimes I don't know where to look for this information.
Exactly, because there are so many many things, and there's no central point.
Like small islands. We are not a solid group of people. We are different ghettos, different islands.
Exactly, and this is what we need to address.
By themselves.
Yeah, and we need to address this.
Yeah, we need to change this set of mind in Marbella. We need to change and to improve the communication.
Yeah, well, the United Nationalities Marbella Summit, 24th of September, save the date. because that is an event open to the local residents and the council, and also to the embassies and charities, businesses and associations, everyone trying to get all these nationalities together to find mutual interest.
Yeah.
It's finding that mutual goal. Unfortunately, I think too many people think, I'm in Marbella, there's money and I'm going to be successful. And it's not the case.
No,
Just
no.
building it and it isn't enough.
We have been here for a long time, Nicole. How many business did you see that they started and maybe 1 year and after they shut,
Yeah.
or they went out, or I don't, or they
I've done an
disappeared?
analysis. It's 18 months from hearing about it to finishing. The average is a year and a half.
Year
They
and a
last a
half,
year and a
yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only the time, of course, the money. and,
And if
and
they
their
spent a little
efforts.
bit of money on promotion, and people
Yeah.
know you're there and why they should go and see you, it does make all the difference.
Yeah, but you know, also in personally speaking, I see that companies are not very, they don't have the culture of the communication department. So they don't want to invest. And knowing that when you have an agency like mine, it's so worth to have somebody, you have a team working for you, looking for your best promotion, your best knowledge, and even advising you how to proceed in few circumstances, you know.
But I think you might have hit the nail on the head. If you
Yeah.
are a marketing director of a company, maybe they just feel like it's not good to show that they can't do it on their own. And yet sometimes, particularly in a city like Marbella, that has so many nationalities, and you and I know that when you first come to the city, it looks like you can just come in
Yeah.
and be. And then the more you know, you realize there's 60 people who run Marbella.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
60 people that
Well,
make it.
maybe 100.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's a very limited. If somebody's going to be accepted or not, there's a core group of people who are going to be either supporting you or not. I think people don't realize that we are a village when it comes to that aspect.
Yeah, and like everywhere, but here you can feel it very well. Some key people open the doors, not everybody. So when you are in contact with these good and key people, it's okay. But when you don't know and you think that you are the best of the world, and that's it, well, that's what happens to these
That's-
entrepreneurs and locals.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy. Marbella is a tough city, and everybody agrees. Of course, if you are coming from Madrid or from Barcelona or everywhere, even from London, you see that Marbella is quite different world. It's not like
And so
what
many
you
different
have-
worlds, from Cabapino to Guadalmina.
Yeah.
How many different worlds are there along there? So
Yeah,
many
yeah,
different
yeah,
worlds.
yeah, of
Well,
course.
nice thing is I've got Marie-Noelle in my world, and if you have a business, I can only highly recommend the Marie-Noelle Communications. She knows what she's doing. She really knows what she's doing. Marie-Noelle, lovely to catch up with you again.
Thank you.
I very much
Nicole.
look forward to the next time.
Okay.
And don't go away, because I'll be back in just a second of more of what's going on in Marbella now.
Judy and John are getting along famously. They have so much in common, which now includes both being too tipsy to drive home.
Oh, John, you can't drive home like that. Neither can I.
John looks worried, but not our Judy. She simply calls Linear Director for a free taxi and a tow truck to take her and her car home. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Thank you.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a zero-hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
A big thank you to Lynn Fisher. We normally talk about Lynn when we're talking about golf, but on this instance, we're talking about something completely different. Joining me is a lovely young man. His name is Juan. I think he's 14 years old. I'm going to meet him now, myself personally, for the first time. And Juan is here because he wants our help, and our community is in a position to help. Juan, a few years ago, got cancer, and the only way that they could stop the progression was to amputate one of his legs. This obviously is a big deal for a young man, and now he's 14, still a big deal, but he's taking it very well. But he does need a new prosthesis. The ones that come on the Social Security really just aren't good enough for him to run and do all the things that he would like to do at his age. And I know that 10,000 euros in this community is peanuts. So I really would like you to welcome Juan to the program and into your hearts, because I think we can do this. Juan, qué valiente viniendo a la tele ante todo. I'm very brave of you to come to the television. Muchas gracias. Thank you for coming.
Nada.
¿Es tu primera vez en la tele?
Sí.
This is his first TV appearance. It's so cute. Pues intentaré ser simpática. I'll try and be nice. Juan, you've been through a very difficult few years. Has pasado unos años obviamente retantes.
Sí.
¿Cómo te encuentras en esto que son 4 años ya?
Más o menos, sí.
Muy diferente el cambio. Ser joven es difícil. Being young is difficult anyway. ¿Cómo han sido tu reacción con tus compañeros y tus amigos? Porque claro, si nos diferenciamos en lo que sea como niños, a veces es difícil, pero imagino que en tu caso has tenido el apoyo que uno esperaría. Have you found the support from your companions and everything that you would expect?
Sí, pues mis amigos siempre se lo han tomado muy bien y me han aceptado como soy.
Es que eres maravilloso. Y tú te aceptas en el sentido, veo que tú también aceptas, you see, you're very comfortable in yourself, which is admirable. Cuando miramos a veces como nos quejamos de todo y las arruguitas y el otro, pone todo en perspectiva, puts everything into perspective. Eres muy activo, you're very active. ¿Qué son las cosas que te gustan hacer? What are the things you like to do, Juan?
Pues me gusta mucho salir con mis amigos, ir a la piscina con ellos o jugar con ellos un poco. A veces juego al fútbol con ellos cuando puedo y poco más. A veces vamos al centro comercial o a ver una película y cosas así, o a comer.
So what he's saying is that he goes out with his friends and they go swimming, he plays football when he can, they go to the shopping centres, they do all kinds of things that a normal 14-year-old would do if they didn't have Juan's problem. No llevas el problema como un problema. Veo que lo has incorporado en tu día a día. You've just taken it into your daily life, which is wonderful. But you do need help now to get this new prótesis. ¿Quieres ayuda para conseguir esta prótesis nuevo? ¿Qué es la diferencia entre lo que buscas de lo que tienes? What's the difference between what you're getting on the Social Security and what you could have?
Pues la diferencia sería que pues con la que tengo ahora pues solo puedo caminar. Y caminar cojo mal, más o menos, y poco más. Con la otra tendría muchas más ventajas, como poder correr, también podría meterme con ella a la piscina, podría caminar mucho mejor, podría subir escaleras y tendría una mejor calidad de vida, la verdad.
Pues a por ello, let's go for that. What Juan's saying is that with the prosthesis that he has now, he can walk but with a limp and not very easily. But with this other prosthesis that exists, he could run, he could swim with it on, he could do all the things that he would like to do, go upstairs and give him a far better quality of life. Tuve la suerte de conocer a Silvia Vallejo, no sé si la conoces, una niñita que ha pasado cosas similares que tú, tenía los 2 brazos y las 2 piernas, que en esta prótesis y le cambió la vida, tener un prótesis. We've met Silvia Vallejo, a poor young lady that lost both arms and legs, and she has these advanced prostheses which changed her life. 10,000 euros suena mucho, 10,000 euros sounds like a lot, pero yo sé en Marbella que en una gala, en una noche se puede recaudar 30. I know that in Marbella, one night can bring in 30 grand, so we can do this. Esto se puede hacer. Simplemente vamos a planear bien para que la gente se entere. We just need to let people know that they can help you. Una de las primeras cosas para recaudar fondos es el 3 de septiembre haciendo un picnic. There's going to be a picnic in the park in Benavides on the 3rd of September, which is going to be a lot of fun. ¿Sabes algo del evento que van a hacer? Do you know anything about the event they're going to do?
Pues sé que la entrada va a costar como 20 euros y la gente va pues a ir yendo y todo ese dinero pues se va a ir recaudando para mí.
Yeah, and so the event's going to start at 7:30 when the doors open, but I think about 9 o'clock is when the performances will start. And then Sandra was telling me there's going to be more performances following up with a special Bond evening and then a Bollywood event as well. So please do watch this space. 10,000 euros es lo que hace falta.
Sí,
Una vez que tienes esa prótesis, ¿es de por vida o, bueno, hay nuevas tecnologías que salen,
claro.
pero crece contigo? ¿Is it something that grows with you?
Pues lo que interesa es la rodilla, que es lo que más ventajas da. Pero digamos, el doctor que tengo me alarga el tubo. Y si esta crece, pues me alarga el tubo y ya todo normal.
Fantástico. So it's really a good advantage. Well, Juan, is there anything you would like to share with the viewers? ¿Hay algo que quieres compartir con la gente, que tú quieres expresar o quieres comentar?
Pues no.
No, solamente apóyame, support me, please help me get this leg. Pues yo creo que es un incentivo que todos podemos entender. Y yo quiero que salgas corriendo y jugando. I want you to go running into the distance. Así que, Juan, muchísimas gracias. Y sé que entre las 447 nacionalidades que vivimos en Marbella, que podemos hacer esto. Por favor, apelo de mi parte y de parte de la Sandra, su mamá Sandra, de Sandra Congregación of Lynn Fisher y Juan, para ayudarnos a conseguir esa piernita que va a hacer toda la diferencia. So please do help us raise the funds to get Juan that leg. As he's saying, the knee part is the most important, that movement that it gives. Then with the shin part, they can extend it as he grows. So this is a good investment to help one beautiful young man live the beautiful life that he deserves. Estoy muy orgullosa de ti, de verdad, cariño. Es un buen ejemplo. You're a great example to the rest of us.
Gracias.
Que disfrutes mucho y tu best life. Thank you. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
Hi guys, Casa Tour is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
Joining me now is Margot Bugler. Yes, Margot runs the Kudeca shop in Avenida del Mar here in Marbella. And it is, without a doubt, one of my favourite shops. Margot, it's lovely to see you. I can't believe it's been that long since I've seen you the last time.
I know, nearly 4 years now.
Yeah, and that's weird because like a lot of my wardrobe comes from your shop. But I think between the COVID and the restrictions and the one thing and the other, so I'm really happy.
Time just goes.
It just really goes.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really goes.
Yeah.
So I myself personally shop 90% of my things in second-hand shops, particularly charity shops. So whether it be the Butterfly Children or this one or that one or the Kudeca, we are very privileged in our community to have very rich people who buy beautiful clothes and maybe never even wear them and then they give them away.
Well, this is true. We have an awful lot of our things complete with price tag, which is...
Funny though, isn't it? I mean, how many of us see a bargain and think, oh, we'll buy that, and then you never even wear it?
I think that's one of the things that generates so much interest in the shop, you know, because people do know this. We are in an affluent area, and they're always coming in just to see, you know.
Traditionally, for the Spanish, it hasn't been the done thing to do. to buy second-hand clothes. It was almost like didn't sit right. But I do feel that the last few years there's been a big change.
It's changing. It is changing. I completely agree with what you're saying, because 20, 30 years ago, no, it certainly wasn't the done thing. But right now, a lot of our clients are Spanish. Now we've got tourists back, I would say probably 60-40 to Spanish. But they're all coming in and they're all looking for a bargain, so don't you believe it?
Yes, but it's nice to see that they're embracing the culture, because I don't see there's nothing wrong in buying second-hand clothes. Some people have a stigma, but I think the opposite, because you get things that are your own fashion, that suit yourself, and you're not just being one of the group.
Absolutely, and I always say this to the clients, you know, you can go up to La Cañada and you can go and see the various chain stores, or you can come to us and get something that's a one-off, completely unique. We don't know which country it's from, don't know where it's from, but it makes it more interesting, don't you think?
As a child, I always used to go to the vintage shops of Oxfam, and I'd buy so many things there because I didn't feel that the traditional fashion suited me. I've always had my own feel of how I wanted to look.
Yeah.
And I've always found that it was easier in a charity shop, because as you say, you're getting things from all over the world, all different type of places, particularly here. And the prices, I mean, when I used to go more frequently to the charity shop, but Margot even knows my style, my size, which is also nice, because it's basically got a personal shopper. If you frequently buy, then Margot would say, Nicole, I've got a bunch of things for you, and you just go in and literally try them on, which is also nice.
Well, I'll hold you to that for this week.
I'm definitely coming in this week, definitely. I definitely need some new clothes. Well, I need new clothes, not necessarily new clothes.
No, but bring some stuff in and bring it back, and then you'll feel even better.
Yes, in fact, I do. I buy a lot of stuff from the charity shops, and I've got 2 bags by my door.
Yeah.
So I know I'll be in, because I've got 2 bags by the door, that when I come in, I will bring back the things that I've worn and I've used, other things that are just mine that I know that I'm not going to be using now.
Yeah.
And then I have friends who really kindly offer me clothes. A lot of people feel embarrassed to offer somebody else second-hand clothes. I don't think it's at all embarrassing. I'm very grateful. I love it when my neighbour says, oh, did I clear out? Do you want to try it on before I give it away?
So absolutely. I think we're all like that. We're all like children in a sweetie shop. You know, let me try that, let me try that. And of course, what you don't keep, you pass on to a charity shop. And we're always very grateful.
And it's so nice, because everything in the shop is actually set up like a proper shop, except the prices are slashed.
Yes.
It's very, very reasonable. Yes. I mean, I pick up beautiful things from your shop for 10 euros, 4 euros, 12 euros. I mean, it's nothing for really beautiful ball gowns, evening dresses, cocktail dresses.
And this is it.
Skirts, shoes, bags, jewellery.
I mean, we've even had up to bridal wear. Which obviously has only been worn once. I think there is a bit of a stigma about bridal wear, because I think possibly brides feel it's unlucky to have something second-hand, but it can be done. And so you can be kitted out for 100, 150 euros compared to thousands.
Yeah. In fact, my flamenco dresses I always get in the charity shops as well, because you have beautiful flamenco and Sevillana dresses.
That's right.
And the nice thing is you can buy them for nothing, use them, and then you take them back and someone else can enjoy them the next time.
Exactly. I mean, where are you going to store a flamenco dress at home? It takes up a lot of room.
It takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
It's like in England, there used to be, you could rent gowns for events. I see it basically in that way. With a little bit of money it costs, it's cheaper than if you were renting the outfit that you would want for the evening.
Absolutely. And certainly dresses for functions, evening dresses. We have a very nice selection of nearly new evening dresses. And you know, for that one occasion, are you really going to go and spend a couple of €100, or are you going to go to the charity shop? I think people need to be more aware of the kind of thing that we sell, you know, because as you say, until now there's been more of a stigma. People think charity shop possibly, you know, not so good hand-me-downs, but it's really quite the opposite.
It is the opposite. There are amazing
coming
things.
in.
And obviously not everything, but if you go in and look, it's impossible to leave without buying something. There is always something, and when you see the price, like, oh, how can I not? But it's a lot of work, a charity shop, because it's a charity shop, so it's run by volunteers.
Yes.
And this is a big deal, because you have store opening hours, and that's a lot of hours to cover. And I think also people thinking, oh, it's too much for me to volunteer in a shop, but 1 hour a month can help. I mean, what is the situation? How does one help and become a volunteer?
Well, I actually left my piece of paper over there.
You don't need your notes.
I
We'll
mean,
wing it.
we are desperate for volunteers, always. Myself and Marbella, all our shops, and also our San Pedro shop, which comes under Marbella municipality anyway. We really, really need volunteers at the moment. July and August, traditionally are holiday months. People are going away. Now the fact that we've sort of getting a little bit more back to normal following COVID, everybody wants to go traveling. I can travel now, so I will. So we're losing people for a month and 2 months, and it's very necessary that we have enough people to staff the shop, you know.
How many people do you need typically? What does it take to run a shop?
I would say, for me personally, I would like a minimum of four people in Marbella in the mornings, 2 or 3 in the afternoons. Afternoons tend to be less busy because people are out, they've gone out for the day, or they've gone to the beach or whatever. But it's something that really should appeal to the younger people as well, who are off school right now. If they could give us just a morning of their time, as opposed to, you know, going to the beach, going to the pool, or being bored. You know, 4 hours makes a big difference to us.
Plus it's work experience, because the shop is run like a real shop, so they're actually getting work experience of what it's like to be speaking to the public. I suppose a lot of
they get
tagging, labeling, pricing.
They get involved in all the chores, sorting donations, ironing donations, pricing ready to go out. Obviously that's with supervision. Being out on the shop floor, keeping the shop clean and tidy. It's very important that we maintain our, you know, a high aspect of cleanliness and everything else like that. So selling to the public, they can bring their friends in, and they also have fun. They have a good time.
It's a very nice atmosphere in the shop. It's got a good vibe going to it.
It has.
How long have you been there?
15 years now.
Wow. Goes quickly, doesn't it?
I know.
Did you think 15 years ago that you would still be doing this 15 years on?
Absolutely not.
What are the biggest changes that you've noticed over the 15 years, apart from the Spanish involvement that I think is noticeably more accepting?
We've really grown so much. We're now 26 charity shops, which is a huge amount. Our latest one has just opened in Rincón de la Victoria.
Enhorabuena.
Yes, thank you very much. We have, I think it's 5 different shops in Malaga.
You also have a specific furniture.
We have
shop,
3 now.
3?
Yeah. We have one in Torre del Mar, we have one in Arroyo de la Miel, and one in La Cala de Mijas. And the furniture goes very well. Also, again, it's a great big help in the community, because if you've sold your property, what are you going to do with the furniture? If the buyer doesn't want it, you've got to get it shifted, and often there's not a lot of time to do that. So we go out and we collect the furniture free of charge, take it away, take it to our warehouses, and then it gets redistributed to shops and sold from there.
Is any of this online, or do people actually have to go to the shop and look at it?
No, it's all online. By going to www.quedeca.org, you'll find out all the information, all the really up-to-the-minute stuff. I mean, I'm telling you as I know it from shop, but it does get updated continually. One thing that the furniture department would ask you to do is send in a photo by WhatsApp of the item of furniture that you wish to give, because they need to know A, if it's going to be saleable, and B, also how it's going to fit on the truck, because the truck's got to make specific trips.
Exactly, so to program it, and then obviously once it's in the store, then you can buy it and then organise your own transport to get it home.
Yeah.
Well, I just, I need furniture, so I'm very excited. I'm taking note, so I can have a little look online and see what's there. We'll actually just go a little visit up there and take a look.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, our newest furniture shop is up in La Cala de Mijas.
Very convenient.
Yes, isn't it just?
Yes, because before I was thinking a few years ago to go up. I said, I want to come up and look at the furniture. But I didn't even really need furniture then.
Yeah.
It was just, but now I actually need a few bits and pieces. So I would definitely go up and do some recording.
But it's amazing what you can find. Yeah, it's amazing what you can find.
Because I bought a few pieces from IKEA, the basics that you need. But then it was like, no, I'm not even going to get like a bed head or the side tables. I want to get things with character.
Yes.
You know, just get those, go shopping and get those little bits that just give it that little individuality.
Yes, no, it's well worth spending a morning or, you know, a couple of days going up to the various charity shops to see. But you could always call them first, because I know you're a very busy person and you have many calls on your time. just go on the internet, find the number of the shop, for example, Torre del Mar, give a ring through and say, oh, I'm looking for such and such, do you happen to have it? And if it's a no, then you don't have to waste your time
and go.
hiking up to Torre del Mar.
And I think that characterises Codeca very much. It's a very personal service. You're all very personal. You all take it very personally to heart, that what you're doing, the reason why you're doing it.
Yes.
And that transmits through everything you do. There's no shortness of time. Do you know what I mean? You're always everyone's very obliging, it's a lovely...
I hope so.
No, it is. It's a lovely charity. Because
Yes.
sometimes people forget the objective of why they're doing what they're doing, and they get too busy and officious.
Yes.
And yet that isn't the case with Codeca. Everybody's still very heartfelt. It's very heartwarming.
That's one thing that I like about it very much as well, and it keeps me going because, as you say, obviously it has to grow as a business, you know, with the years that go on and so on and so forth. But to keep it really, you know each other, you can pick up the phone, you don't get to see each other as often as you'd want to maybe, but it's really nice to keep it all there, and that's what
You're
we
all a
try
team.
to do.
It is. It's a family more than a team.
It is a family. It's the Codeca family, and that's why, you know,
Joan did a good job. She set it up.
She did.
With that philosophy, and for you all to carry it through, I think is to give credit to not only she did a great thing, but the way that she did it.
Oh,
So she's left a wonderful legacy.
Legacy, yes, tremendous legacy. And I think she'd be very proud of how it's developing. So
me too.
You know.
And we will be having Esther Reyes coming to the program in a few weeks' time, who will be giving us update of all the new things that are going on in Codeca and all the new services that they're offering. But in the meanwhile, if you can spare even one morning a week, a month, the Codeca shops in Marbella and San Pedro would be most grateful for you to contact them. They do need your help. And I do need your help because I need some clothes.
That you can have.
As my dad says, not a threat or a promise, but I will be coming.
Oh, that's good. The telephone number?
Yes.
I need to go and get it.
No, it's okay. We'll put it on the screen. Don't worry. Telephone numbers and all contacts are there. Antonia, please, all there. Margot, thank you so much. Really lovely to see you
Well,
again.
thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you later on in the week.
Yes, it's a promise. It is a promise.
Good.
I've got witnesses.
Good. Perhaps I should I don't think I mentioned the hours for volunteering. The shops are open from 10 until 1:30.
Oh, that's okay.
And then again from 5:30 to 8:30.
Okay, so it's only a couple of hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, 3
3 and a half hours in the morning and 3 in the afternoon.
I like to say, you know, come 15 minutes early, stay 15 minutes after, and help clear up and, you know, get it ready for the next shift. But yeah.
That's wonderful.
So we're not asking for an awful lot out of a day.
Exactly, and if you get enough people, then it's not a burden on anyone.
Exactly.
Okay, so kids and not so kids, we need to get ourselves down there.
Yes, also volunteers of any age.
Yes, I'm including myself. I keep these empty threats. I'm going to come shopping. I'm going to come volunteer. It's like, well, let's see if we can actually make that into a reality. We all have busy lives, but I think it makes you feel good when you know you're doing something for somebody else as well.
Yes.
And
of
such
course,
a worthy
you know,
cause.
such a worthy cause for adding life to today's, really. Yeah.
It is.
But Esther will tell you all about that.
Cancer Hospice, we have one, and we're very lucky. And just through friends recently, I've had so much feedback from the wonderful care. And when people are on their last days, you want them to be the best days that they can be.
Absolutely.
Margot, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
Well, thank you guys for listening to Margot and for volunteering and doing what you can do to help there. Don't go away, because I'll be back in a moment introducing some of the fabulous events and things that are going on in Marbella right now that you might not want to miss.
Alright guys, so I'm the designated driver tonight, so I'm going to choose the Zero Hero place. So all of my soft drinks are for free. And if you want to go somewhere else, just check out the Facebook, Instagram or the zerohero.es website for any of the bars, discotheques or restaurants on there. I'm happy to go anywhere you want to go, as long as it's Zero Hero.
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Clara are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
I've always found the Marbella bull ring fascinating. As a child, it was obviously a big part of Marbella, and in those days we used to get posters with our names on about bullfights. I've never been partial to that, and really don't agree with it. However, I do love the bull ring and the history that it represents. And having it back in action now, renamed as the Marbella Arena, for me is fabulous, because it is a central part of the city and it should be back in the centre of our hearts. Quite a few restaurants and bars have opened up in the Marbella Arena and they hold concerts. So it's nice to see that life is going back. And at the moment, the car park is open, ample and free. So even more reason for us to pop along. We've also got quite a few Zero Hero bars there. So do go along, because if you're having a few drinks and there's a designated driver, they won't be paying for their soft drinks. I'm going to take you firstly now to Umbrella's Cocktail Bar and Barbers. It's a fabulous concept, mixing together a great place to watch sporting events, hold a party, go out for cocktails with friends, and if you want, to get your beard and your hair done while you're there for the blokes, obviously. So we're going to go now over to meet Kara and the barber Mark at Umbrella's Bar and Barbers.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the race, and as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way.
That with your golden touch, the place is taking off, because not many people yet are familiar with what's actually here at the Marbella Arena.
No, this is the case. I mean, predominantly when we opened, we was expecting that everything here would be open, but the Spanish ways, obviously things take a little bit longer sometimes. So it's been a bit of a struggle, to be honest, the first few months. Certainly it's disappointing when you're sitting here over night time and it's not busy, but we've been very lucky that it is now building. We're getting our own clientele and we've had some amazing parties here. We have the Mas Vida party on the 14th of August, the pre-party, which we've been doing a lot with things that are going on in the arena. So we'll have like DJs, sax and everything, and then everyone will go inside for the party. There's been 3 of the Mas Vida parties so far and they've been fabulous. Every time it builds more and more. And last night, obviously, we had the orchestra inside, so people are starting to know that it's here. Cozy's open down the road now, which is a great addition to the arena. De Bruno's is now open. We have Sinister up here on the terrace, and Mondazi, and obviously the fabulous Miss Raw, which is really something special. I mean, I'm so happy with the difference in businesses we have here. No one's sort of doing the same thing, so I can see this being a really, really big place for tourists, certainly in the coming years. But we're hoping to get some more for this summer at least. But it is building nicely, and certainly here at Umbrella's, it's a fabulous place to work. It's a fabulous place to come. And to be honest with you, with the parties that we've had so far, I'm just excited for the future and what we're going to bring to the arena.
And the nice thing is that there's parking, which is even at the moment free.
Exactly. Well, with the parking, I mean, the problem we all know with Marbella, you can't go anywhere and you can't park anywhere. With here, you can pull up outside, you can park. If you have too many drinks, obviously, you've got the security overnight, you can leave your car.
A lot of Umbrellas are a Zero Hero partner as well.
They are indeed, of course. Of course, they're Zero Hero. The concept of Zero Hero is something I'm very passionate about. It's an amazing initiative, and of course, everybody in the arena is now jumping on board. It is our duty to keep our roads safe, and therefore everyone is jumping on board with the Zero Hero.
Kara, congratulations, really. I mean, anyone who knows Kara from the Ball Book knows the superior quality of everything she touches. And it's really nice to see that you're helping out not just Umbrellas and Miss Raw and the other businesses, but also promoting the Marbella Arena, which is a great thing to have back in our midst.
Yeah, I think, do you know what? It's time for something new here in Marbella, and the arena is an amazing space. You know, it's got the biggest dome in the whole of Europe. It's an amazing space, and you know, you do have to focus on everybody. You can't just look at your own business. When you all work as one, things build quicker, And certainly you have to have that community feel that you're all helping each other out, and that's what's nice about being here. We're all in it together. It's been a slow few months. We're all building together, and the frustration when you're not earning, you're not building, people aren't coming. It is a lot of pressure for people, especially when people put all their monies into businesses and things. But we're very happy to see that finally the numbers are coming. People are knowing about the Marbella Arena, and certainly more places are opening here. I'm sure by the end of the year everything will be open, and this will be the sole point for Marbella, and I'm really looking forward to that being the case.
The place to be. Umbrellas.
The place to be, exactly.
Cocktail Bar and Barbers.
And Barbers.
Let's go check out the Barber.
It's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
Yes. You came over from the UK, but you're now full-time here?
Full-time, yes, since.
How are you enjoying it?
Good, very nice, very nice. It was a very good start, with a very strong start luckily, and now the summer is here, it's getting busier and busier, but it's a new business for a new location.
Exactly, we need to promote the Marbella Arena, and of course, here at Umbrella's Cocktail Bar and Barbers. How did you get into being a barber?
Well, I used to be a hairdresser first, so my whole life I was doing hairdressing, presenting on stage, stuff like that, but then I felt more passion towards men's. And then I started realising men's didn't really come to the hairdressers anymore. Everybody wanted to go to see the barbers. Rather than before, barbers was more of a cheaper trade, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's how fashion and everything changes, so I had to become a barber.
It's actually interesting, as you say, fashion's changing, that now being a barber is very fashionable, and it's okay for men to look after themselves and look nice, and before that was a stigma.
Everybody used to be called metrosexual for that.
Exactly, but it's just fashions and old-fashioned ideas.
Yes, yes.
So what's the timetable that you're here, Mark, at Umbrellas in Marbella Arena?
Normally 10 till 7. Normally a bit, sometimes a bit later. It depends on the client's needs really, So if I got clients at 8, 9 o'clock, that lady was doing the boxing. Doing boxing here, the Anthony Joshua, and I don't even know who was it, but I was cutting hair at 10 o'clock at night.
But that's really nice, that's the whole concept.
Yes, exactly.
So you don't have to pre-book in the sense of if you're here, having a cocktail, it's like, oh well, listen, I'll pop in.
A cocktail and then just get a haircut, a beard trim, it all works together.
And how are you enjoying living in Spain, or do you see Spain, or you're very much in the English community? Have you actually explored Marbella?
Yes, a lot. I love it. It makes a completely different lifestyle. Like even the other day, me and my mate, we could just go down to the Benhavis River, walk after work, just a different lifestyle, isn't it? Rather than getting on the train, going home from London, it's different.
I'm really happy that you're happy. And I understand there's an opportunity perhaps for another barber to be here.
Exactly, so now we're offering the opportunity in this brand new amazing concept for someone to come and work with me, alongside with me next to me. And
so it's really nice to see that business is obviously picking up, that you need help. Yes. And I think it's a great opportunity for someone who's looking to establish themselves in a place that has a lot of identity.
Yes, the best would be someone like a very experienced barber, not being someone new. And someone maybe the existing clientele would be good.
And Mark came over from the UK, so if you're watching from abroad and fancy living in Marbella, here's an opportunity for you.
Exactly.
Well, best of luck, Mark. Lovely to chat with you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's a brand new day.
Still with the Marbella Arena and talking about concerts, Sister Sledge is coming back at the end of this month, and then we also have UB40. How exciting is that? These are concerts put on by Rock Lounge in conjunction with the Hard Rock Cafe and the Marbella Arena. So if you would like to have a little bit of a boogie and that fabulous feeling of being in an open air concert, please do get your tickets now. It's going to be a lot of fun, reminiscing, listening to great music and enjoying a night under the stars with the stars.
It's a brand new day. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Hey, hey.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hey, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Welcome to Sister Taperia. Perfecto.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
A couple of weeks ago, I went to the Hotel Villapadierna because they're doing these candlelight events. In fact, they're going on in Marbella and in Malaga. So I like the idea of candlelight. I was just saying that watching a concert in the open air is fabulous, but going to see the different shows that they're putting on is also quite spectacular. I went to a string quartet playing Hans Zimmer music. I had to look it up and see what did he do. Turns out he did a lot of things. Music to Gladiator, Inception, loads of things. Very, very cool. And I thought, as there are more coming up, that I'd just give you a little brief look into how the evening was, because you might just fancy it yourself.
It's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey. It's a brand new day. Life's waves shifted, falls in place, and you feel like you're lifted to where angels lay. But as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You know it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Secretos y todo esto al final le pasa un poco de factura.
For me, it's important when I go out to have easy parking, otherwise it's very hard for me to go. If it's too hard to park, it's too difficult, then you really don't want to make that extra effort, particularly when it's hot. Which is why I'm really pleased to say that Boho Club, that's just opened up a pop-up Andaluz Patio, has great parking. In fact, I counted my steps. In heels, it was 100 steps from the car park, their car park, to the entrance of the place. So very doable, even in the heat. And I have to say that although in the old days there was a lot of flamenco and sevillanas and bullfighting and all the Spanish things, that isn't quite so much now, and I miss it. So it was very lovely to go to the Boho Club because they have opened a pop-up terrace with a flamenco guitarist, Spanish guitarist, but not playing flamenco Spanish music. It was playing like My Way and all kinds of music that you can sing along to, but with the classical Spanish guitar. It was fabulous. Also, the tapas were amazing, and the service, I have to say, was out of this world. And I don't think we always get the best service, even in the best restaurants in Marbella. So I have to say, chapeau to everybody. It was absolutely wonderful, and I hope you like this little sneak peek at what went on. So this is Diego. He is the head of the kitchen here at Boho. It's very nice, everything. I was just saying I had a wonderful breakfast here a little while ago, an Eggs Benedict, and it's easy to park. Es fácil aparcar, los huevos Benedict maravilloso. Todo aquí muy bueno.
Es un espacio único, en la Milla de Oro. Tenemos aquí 30.000 metros cuadrados de un jardín tropical, rodeado de obras de arte, en este caso por lo que es Solera, que es un pequeño guiño, ¿no?, al patio andaluz. Estáis todos invitados a venir a conocer nuestro patio andaluz.
Muchísimas gracias. Se ve que lo dice de corazón.
Siempre.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining myself and my guests for the program. Everyone has a worthy cause and everyone deserves to be heard. So please, please, please do like and share the program with your friends so they can also get to hear the things that will be relevant to them. We need to get the lovely 14-year-old Juan a leg. 10K, that's the objective. We can do this. And volunteers for Kudeka. Also be more communicative. As Marie-Noël explained, it's up to us to do the right thing and help us all be better together. You can watch recordings from the show from the RTV Marbella website, or you can go to my website, nicoleking.es, where you'll get a link to the TV website with the links to the program, also to my Marbella Moments column in the Euro Weekly News, and our Zero Hero website with an ever-increasing list of restaurants, bars, hotels and clubs that are supporting road traffic safety in Marbella. We want you to go out, we want you to have fun, we want you to drink, but if you do and you're going to drive, think twice, Go with a designated driver who gets free soft drinks in the participating Zero Hero venues. Thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. It's lovely to be with you and hope you understand all the things that are going on in Marbella now. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Hasta pronto.